I think we're about ready to move over. You hear us we're on the live stream now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to transition over. And you should see that there. I will kill the music. And then we just need to get a countdown whenever you are ready. JP?
Cool. Alright. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the FireRed Elite 4 Round 2 speedrun. As we hear Charizard cry out in happiness. Alright. So we're going to try for the RNG Minip. I'm going to give it one attempt, and then we'll go for my pre-Minip Squirtle. And I'll explain on the way. So welcome in, everybody. Yo, what up, Marble Cake?
Yep. Can everybody hear both of us on the stream?
Yeah. If I need to adjust any volume, just let us know.
Just doing some quick audio. Want to make sure that's good before we start.
Yeah. Let me back up.
Chat's usually pretty good about complaining when.
Yeah. So there's some game sound for you.
Chat complain? What? Never.
Awesome. All right. So
sweet.
Just let me know whenever you're ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we got this little intro screen to start with. It gives you all the basics, and that's all the tutorial gives you aside from the mandatory tutorial, which is nice. So we're gonna do RNG manipulation. The way that RNG manipulation works in FireRed is that the seed, the RNG seed, is generated on name selection. So, well, it doesn't matter. If we miss, we're fine. So it's generated now. And so now that we've got the seed is actually the trainer ID. So we'll take that trainer ID and we'll put it into a program made by MK Dasher, and it'll run a search for certain Squirtles, and we'll find our Squirtle. 10486. And we'll search, and we've got 3 different Squirtles to choose from, one of which is a very good Squirtle. Actually, there are 2 very good Squirtles in here. Actually, I like that one. I like that one better. Frame 4842.
So JP, are you just demoing the process for how Minip is done? Okay.
I'm actually going for it. So
very cool. I like that we're doing that, even though it's so unlikely to work.
Oh yeah. So we mash through this as much as possible. We go over to the Pokeball. And we wait here on this screen. So my Eon timer is currently counting down to the exact frame I need. And then once it hits 0, and you'll hear the beeps as it cues us in, then we'll press A and we'll get it. Hopefully. So my target is male, and everything else around it is male, so that's fine. It also has 20 HP. So we'll know right away if we're close, or if we're wrong. And we were wrong. We got modest, we were 2 frames late. But that's fine. We have a backup Squirtle. So
that Squirtle's too modest about it. Hey.
Yeah, I know. Modest is good for any percent, but not good for round 2, just because we use more attacking moves. By the way, we're a girl now. Don't worry about it.
What the heck?
So we are now fighting Rival 1. So Rival 1 is a very straightforward fight. You just tackle spam. That's all you do. Meanwhile, Oak pops in with comments and tells you how to do things that you already know how to do. Occasionally, this Bulbasaur will use Growl. We have 11 attack with this Squirtle. And hey, there's Growl. We have 11 attack with this Squirtle, so getting growled is not a huge deal. Essentially, it just causes it to go 1 turn longer. If we have 10 attack, then we have to Tail Whip, because this game is stupid like that.
It fixes the ranges with the Tail Whip there.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, let me get the actual score here.
Bulbasaur's attack missed. Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice there. Oh yeah, I forgot you're on a delay.
Yeah, I'll be seeing a little bit behind, but no big deal.
All right. So the general strategy for round 1, or route 1, is we want to kill 2 encounters. Because we usually get about 4 encounters on the way up and down. We talk to this guy to get the potion. It's free. It's very convenient. And the reason that we want 2 encounter kills is we can get level 7, which gives us Bubble, which allows us to deal damage better.
For sure.
Level 4 Pidgeys are terrible to fight. They take 4 turns and they deal too much damage, so we will not do that.
You want to get experience off some lower level encounters?
Level 2 and level 3. The key thing, though, is that 2 level 2s don't get you level 7. It's very awkward. So you want to be sure to at least kill 1 level 3. And then the other thing is, you ideally want 1 Rattata and 1 Pidgey. Pidgey does, like... It does 3 damage a turn. It only knows Tackle. Rattata does an average of, like, 2.5 damage per turn, just because of the way that his Tail Whip and Tackle moves can interact. So you'd prefer to get... you'd prefer to get a Rattata, just for average damage. And here's a Rattata.
Alright.
Alright, so ideally it does Tail Whip into Tackle. Well, actually, ideally it does Tail Whip, so we take no damage. But Tail Whip into Tackle is a pretty okay one. Tackle into Tail Whip is also fine. So that's 24 experience, so we just need any kill, level 2 or 3, in order to get there.
So JP, I was going to ask myself, but the chat's also wondering what the colors and Pokemon mean in the counter in the lower left corner.
Well, so for the Pokedex counter, this is actually something that's developed by BobChow87. It is available free on his website, pco.bobchow87.com. And the colors, like, essentially black is you've caught it. Red means, red for me means I've got a prerequisite. So for Squirtle, you see that it's marked red with Wartortle and Blastoise. I'll get Wartortle and Blastoise in this run. Blue means that I am going to catch them at some point. There's no doubt about that. And then white are all the rest of the Pokemon that I have the potential to catch in the run, with the exception of like 2 or 3 different ones because they're so rare and I don't normally want to grind for them. Or try for them at all.
Gotcha.
So it allows me to keep track of where I am so that later in the run when it's like, okay, how many more Pokemon do I need in order to finish out the run?
Mm-hmm.
I can easily figure that out.
And your goal is to get to 60, right? For the second round of the Elite Four?
Yes. 60 is the goal because we need the National Dex. So that was a level 4 Rattata. We do not want to face a level 4 Rattata as well. Because again, it deals a lot more damage and it takes longer to kill. So unfortunately, we did not get the second encounter experience. It's not terrible to get that. It just makes the Weedle fight take longer, and it makes Caterpie and Weedle slightly more difficult to catch. So it's not a huge deal.
And those are important ones to catch because they've got 3 Pokemon in their evolution.
Exactly. So by catching Caterpie, we also get to take Metapod and Butterfree. So that's 3 Pokemon in 1. Ideally, we get both Caterpie and Weedle. And then also we can get Pikachu. If we get early Pikachu, that's like 100% good. But because we don't have Bubble, it's a lot harder. Because level 6 does a lot more damage. Level 6 means we don't have Bubble, and Pikachu has Static. So we have to tackle a Pikachu if we want to deal damage to it to make it easier to catch. So we'll ideally not do that.
Interesting.
So hopefully we don't run into Pikachu here because we don't have that extra experience, but if we do, we'll throw a YOLO ball because we're at full health. And you never know. So we're just making our way through the forest. We dodged these optional trainers here. We're gonna pick up this antidote for the Weedle that we have to fight. Because we have a very high chance to get poisoned. We also have a high chance to get poisoned against a wild Weedle, just because of the nature of the thing. So here's Weedle, level 3.
One of my favorite things to mention is, for all the people who are Gen 1 fans wondering why he's not just using Nidoran to destroy the game.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
two problems with this idea. One, Nidoran isn't available until after Brock's Gym. So you'd have to get it at a much lower level, and you'd train it up more to get it to the point where it'd be as good as your Squirtle is already. Second problem, there isn't the same brokenness with X accuracy and Horn Drill combo in the late game. So you have to use more traditional moves to defeat things, and at that point, Squirtle is the better. Squirtle and Charmander are better even in that aspect.
Yeah, the move pool for Nidoking is not as good as it is for Squirtle. Alright, so we got Weedle, we're looking for Caterpie now. Weedle and Caterpie are both 40%, so it's honestly a coin flip whether we get them or not.
Yeah, water typing in general is pretty useful in Gen 3. There's not much that it's bad against.
Yeah, although there is a Charmander route for this game, both in Elite Four Round 2 and in any percents. Alright, so we picked up the extra potion there just for safety. We don't need it right now because we're at full health, but I grabbed it just for safety. There's also another backup in case things go really terribly, but we're fine.
Yeah, it's interesting that Charmander is so good because fire typing is generally considered one of the worst typings in general.
And honestly, the real reason that Charmander can actually do kind of well is because it's got Medical Hello.
Yeah, which isn't even its fire move. But it does
It makes Brock easier
through the early game.
Well, until you get to Cerulean City. Then you start to have problems. Okay, we did not get any sort of poison, which is kind of unfortunate. Torrent is really, really good for Brock's Gym. It allows you to save, like, half the amount of turns that it would take without Torrent, so not having it sucks.
And then Poison would allow you to manipulate your HP a little bit more cleanly.
Exactly. So ideally, we'd be going down to 6 HP if we had Poison, but we don't.
Gotcha.
Caterpie. Caterpie. Boo. I'm actually going to fight this, because I want the extra experience. And it has the opportunity to poison me, so... And it didn't. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, this is the part of the intricacy of FireRed Round 2 routing, is you simultaneously want to catch Pokemon in the forest, and there's considerations for the experience and value towards the speed of the run with Brock.
Exactly, exactly.
Having to think about both of those things at the same time puts this category on another level for a lot of people who think about Pokemon categories.
There's a lot of on-the-fly decision-making you have to do. I'm saving here. Because Liam, who's this trainer that I'm about to fight, can be a real jerk. And we choose to fight him. He's optional. You can just walk around him. But we choose to fight him for the experience, and we have Bubble, so it's generally fast to fight him. But in this case, we're not even close to Torn, so it's not that fast. The other reason we save is Sandshrew knows Sand Attack. Sand Attack is top 5 worst moves in Pokemon history. There are 4 moves, at the very least, that are in that top 5. They are Sand Attack, Double Team, Smoke Screen, and Minimize. And your 5th one, whatever. Just include those 4. Those are all awful moves. They should never have implemented them. Yo, thanks for the good luck, Worcester. And you see what's happening here. And we missed the range. Oh my god. Wow, okay. You got really lucky. That was a lot of sand attacks. Oh yeah, Tackle. Tackle's at least serviceable. Alright, beat Liam. Save him for Brock as well, because Rock Tomb critical kills us. So ideally, again, you enter in here in Torrent. Level 11 allows us to range kill Geodude. So that's another benefit that you get. It doesn't give us any additional edge against the Onix. We don't gain enough experience from the Geodude to level to 12, but it's fine. We got the range, good. So ideally, Onix is going to do Tackle and then Tackle. And that'll put us into Torrent for Route 3. Alright, there's one Tackle. Actually, a second Tackle won't do it. This would have to be a Tackle critical. And we got Bind instead. So, whatever. At least both those Tackles hit and none of them missed. That would be awkward if it wasn't. Anyway, so key thing about this Squirtle, we have Perfect Special Attack. So that makes a lot of ranges less scary. Here we teach Water Gun over Tail Whip, because Water Gun is a lot better than Tail Whip. And we're going to use Water Gun for the rest until Misty, which is nice. Ah, hey, that fingered the A button. I usually mash B, but my thumb was over A, so we got a bit of extra text there. Alright, so we're gonna go shopping. Brock gave us Rock Tomb, which is worth 1,500 Poke Dollars, so we're gonna sell that. We didn't use a potion. We actually have a lot of potions. We have 2.
How's the shopping in FireRed Round 2? Is it pretty tight?
Very
or is
tight.
Okay. That's an interesting thing to know.
So here we're buying 3 potions, 2 antidotes, 2 paralyzed heals, 3 awakening, and then 8 repels. This allows us to buy 3 super potions in Cerulean, which is a lot better for us. If we didn't have an extra potion, like a spare potion left over from before Brock, which can happen, we buy 4 potions and 3 of each status heal item. That just gives us more consistency later, because we need more potions, honestly. So, all right. So here we enter into round 3. Route 3. Round 3. Why am I saying that? Torrent makes this route extremely fast. Water Gun does not kill any of these Pokemon in one hit, so ideally Caterpie uses Tackle, Weedle uses Poisons. Ooh, that was a sick critical. That put me right into Torrent.
Ooh.
Nice.
I hear Torrent's good.
It is very good. It gives us a 50% power boost if we are under a 3rd health. Which we are
and
right
as
now.
Heinz was explaining earlier, that boost is to the attack stat.
Yes.
So it is not exactly a 50% damage boost. It's more of a boost to your attack stat, which
it's the power
yeah.
rating that it gives the boost to.
Yeah.
So we did bubble there so we could try to get hit with Tackle again to keep Torrent, and we did, so we're going to keep Torrent through the rest of this route. Which is pretty good, because this fight without Torrent takes